Hello to everyone that is tuning in. Listen, if you are here, you're at the right place. You're about to learn something that a lot of people have been asking questions in regards to the 1099. So I'm glad that you have clicked on my website and you want to know more about what is this thing called the 1099? What do I do with it? How do I submit it? What do I do now? So we're going to talk about the 1099, guys. If you don't know who I am Elizabeth Hooper. I am the owner of Fixer Financial Services, guys. We have helped business improve knowing where their money is going. It's good to know what's going in and what's going what? Out. I don't know about y'all, but I love what's going in and what's going out. And so our company believe, guys, is that we would believe in just helping you increase your profits. Yeah, increase your profits, right? And at the same time, we want to take the headache out of bookkeeping and tax preparation. That is what we are here for. So, guys, I want you to sit back, pull out your phone, pull out your amazing tablet, or just get your paper and pen and just get ready to take notes. Now, listen, I'm going to show a PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to share my screen. If you have any questions, write it on a piece of paper. And guess what? At the end of this, you can text me. You can call me. And we can go over any questions that you might have. Now, listen, if I do not know your question, please believe I'm going to get back to you and I am going to answer your question. So I love you guys because I wanted to create this atmosphere to where you guys are able to get what you need as a business owners. We're in 23 and it's on and it's rocking, right? So I'm going to share my screen, guys, and we're going to go right into the 1099 form, the question marks of what do we do now? What is this? All right. So guys, you're going to see my I'm going to switch over because I'm in my PowerPoint presentation. If you hear any noise, guys, I do have an amazing animal, my pet dog, my fur baby named Bruiser, guys. And if you hear like any drilling sounds, please excuse me, it is renovation. We're just going through a little bit of renovation, but I wanted to get this information out to you guys so you will know. So guys, the question is, what is a 1099 form? What does it do? What is its purpose? And so how does it work? And so we're going to cover that on today, guys, and you're going to know all about this 1099. So we're going to talk about the 1099, the MISC, the NEC, the Schedule Cs, your estimated filing for your SC taxes. How much should I save out? Tax deduction. Woo! Due dates and where to submit the 1099 NEC. And as well, I love giving out amazing things, guys. And so if you use this code NEC 2023, you're going to be able to get some amazing stuff, guys. So, and as well, we do have the Q&A, guys. I love to open it up to you guys so you guys can ask me questions. You can call me, or you can send a text, and guess what? I am going to respond back to you guys, okay? So let's hit it. So a lot of people ask, what is a 1099 form? What is this? Like, what is the big hype? I am so confused. Well, people get confused between a W-2 and a 1099. So a W-2, guys, is when you work for an employee and they report your taxes, right? When you're 1099, guess what, guys? You basically work for yourself. You are like the 70 million people, freelancers and independent contractors that are working for themselves in America, right? Congratulations. Put a hand clap for you guys if you are working for yourself. It's nothing like working for yourself, guys. So what is a 1099? A 1099 form records any payments you receive throughout the year from a person or an entity other than your employer. So for example, guys, if you are a driver and you drive for a transportation company, you can expect to receive a 1099 form recording how much income you made from you being a driver. The transportation company isn't your full-time employer, right? But they're not your full-time employer, but you still have to report that income to the IRS. And the 1099 form records exactly how much you should report. So a lot of people like, Like, I made this income, so what do I do? So if you're an employer, guess what? You're going to be sending out a 1099 NEC form to your independent contractor. And if you're an independent contractor, guess what? You're going to be waiting for your 1099 NEC form, guys, because you didn't make the money and you're ready to file, right? So what's the difference between a 1099 MISC form and then what is the difference between a 1099 NEC form? They are almost but not the same. So a 1099 catches all the most of the miscellaneous income you earn outside of what's documented on a W-2 or a 1099 NEC or a 1099K. Your 1099Ks are people like your Uber, your DoorDash, they get that 1099K. But a W-2 is where you work for an employer, and yes, say you did some work outside of being a W-2 employee, but they want to pay you, so they will send you out a 1099 MISC form. A lot of things, things that's included in the 1099 MISC form, guys, is like your rent, your royalties, fishing and boat proceeds, payments to an attorney, medical and healthcare payments. This is what you will see from the 1099 MISC form. Now, if you are a freelancer, if you are a contractor, guess what? You will receive a 1099 NEC form. And so this is basically reports the income that earned from different sources throughout the year to the IRS. So the NEC stands for, because people got their own names, NECA, NEC, all kinds of names. And people are like, what is a NEC? Well, the NEC stands for non-employee compensation. That means you work for yourself. You are not an employee. You have moved on from being a W-2 to a 1099. So a 1099 NEC form records payments from your cash payments, checks, direct deposits, ACH, and EFT. So a lot of people receive that. And the crazy thing about it, guys, is that a lot of people don't know what this form is, a W-9 form. They've seen it, but some of them like, what is this form? So this form, if you are in an employer and you have independent contractors, this is what you need to send out to every contractor that is a contractor underneath you. This is where you collect this information, you collect the driver license, the social security number, and now you have, before they work for you, you need them to fill out this W-9 form. This is how you're able to send out your reporting to your 1099 when you need to report it to the IRS, and as well, formulate and make them a form, and you're able to send them the 1099 NEC form. As well, if you ever get audited, you want to make sure you have all your ducks in a row. You need to have their applications, their copy of their driver license, their social security card, their W-9, and a formal contract stating you and the person they're doing business with. So it's very important, very imperative that they fill out this W-9 form. And so on this W-9 form, they need to fill out their name, the name of their business, what type of federal tax classification. So was you a John Doe landscaping limited liability company? This is where you will put that information in. This is where you would check. This is where you put the address. You would not put a PO box. I don't know about you guys, but people move like constantly. And the last thing you need to know, the last thing you need as an employer is to try to send this information out, and you don't even know where to send it to. They give you a driver license, but they don't live there no more. And now you don't know where to send it to. Well, if you had this W-9 form, this is the most accurate address that they might have, the last address. As long as you have did your due diligence and you got their W-9 form, you're good. So they will either fill out their social security number or their EIN. I want to pause here on this EIN number. It's very imperative that you get your EIN, guys. And we're going to talk about it at the end about this EIN number, because if somebody's charging you for an EIN, it is free. Go to the IRS website. Get it for free, guys. I'm telling you, free game. I'm telling you. Okay. So if you are on the other side of the fence, and if you're an independent contractor and somebody sends you this W-9 form, you need to fill it out correctly. Okay. You need to do your due diligence and fill this out correctly and make sure it's in there correctly. Okay. So you want to make sure you have the name of your business, the number 3, the type of business, what type of your federal tax classification it is, and the address. And then make sure you sign your name, date it, and as well, you put your EIN number, okay? You can either put your EIN number or your social security number. So Now, when you are filling out, when at the end of the year, it's time for you to file your taxes for your business or for your W-2s. And so if you own a business, you will most likely your tax preparer will fill out a Schedule C, which is a profit and loss, right? It's a profit and loss. Basically, a Schedule C is a profit and loss. It's basically what your bookkeeper would give to the independent contractors. They've been keeping your books in order. It's a profit and loss statement. So it's the same thing as filling out your name, your principal business, your EIN number, or your social security number. This is how they able to calculate. And then as well, you put your gross income in here, right? But the bottom part in part 2 is this is where it gets like, okay, what is this? What is going on? This is all the expenses that your business could have occurred in 2022. You get to write this off as a deduction. You need a deduction, right? If you didn't make boo-hoos of money, then I need to write this off. So I don't owe a lot of money to Uncle Sam, because Uncle Sam, he's going to come and get his money. He's pointing to you, right? So guys, if you don't know, I have a lot of energy. I have 3 kids. That's just who I am. So you're like, oh my gosh, she's too excited. That is who I am. I don't like boring webinars, do you? Okay, so Schedule C, if you receive a 1099 NEC form, your tax preparer on line 11 right here is going to put in this amount. So if your 1099 NEC form said that, hey, you made $700,000 for 2022. Guess what? I'm going to put it, your tax preparer is going to put it in this section right here where it says contract labor. Now, a lot of people get it mixed up. They put it in line 26. This is not where you put, if you are a 1099 you need to put it in line 11. If you are W-2, guess what? It will go right here. If you own a business and you send out W-2 payments to your W-2 to your employees, this is where it will go in line 26. So I wanted to read from the IRS website about line 11. So enter the total cost of contract labor for the tax year. Contract labor includes payments to persons you do not treat as an employee. For example, they will be an independent contractor. For services performed for your trade or business, do not include contract labor. Deduct elsewhere on your return, such as contract labor includable on line 17, 21, 26, or 37. Also, do not include salaries and wages paid to your employees, which is W-2. Instead, see line 26 later. So you must file a Form 1099 NEC to report contract labor payments of $600 or more during the year. I'm going to go back. This right here, line 11 is only for 1099 NEC. If you have salaries and wages, your W-2 will go to line 26. So that's a big difference, guys. So it's very imperative that when you go into your tax preparer, you look at what they have filled out and see. If you know that you send them a 1099 NEC form and they put it in wages, guess what? You need to tell them, hey, that's wrong. It need to be in line 11. And as well, check your numbers and make sure. And another flag, guys, IRS do not like round numbers. You see these round numbers? They want to see $61,232. They just like a red flag, guys, FYI. So make sure, guys, you do your due diligence as a business owner and check what your tax preparer is filling out. So a lot of people say, hey, I didn't make a lot of money. What I need to do? I didn't make a lot of money. I didn't make a whole lot of bread. I didn't made this and I made that. But sometimes at the end of the year, when they found their tax, they find out they wind up owing Uncle Sam. And because the tax preparer or the bookkeeper didn't tell them about the thing called quarterly estimated tax. This is where basically it's estimated, it's from the IRS, it says estimated tax is the method used to pay Social Security, Medicare taxes, and income tax because you do not have an employer withholding these taxes for you. So if you know you're going to make $600 or more in the current year, I strongly suggest to file quarterly estimated filing for your SE taxes. Meaning, guys, this is what I'm trying to say, is that if you know that you're going to make a lot of money, I don't care if it's $600 a month, $1,000 a month, you need to, as a business owner, save out money. If you hear noise, it's my little dog. I have a black lab who's very hyper, guys. So just bear with me, guys. So basically, if you know that you're making $600 or more, guess what, guys? This is the time where you say, hey, bookkeeper, hey, I need to go to the IRS website. I need to look for the form 1040 ES, estimated tax for individual, and I need to basically fill this information out so I don't want to scam at the end of the year, because I like keeping my coins. Can you imagine if you made, this is an estimate, this is not real, guys. Can you imagine if you made $95,000 in income, and yesterday you had $25,000 worth of deduction? Guess what? You might owe Uncle Sam $70,000. Can you imagine having to cough up and having to pay $70,000 at the end of the year? And you could have just, hey, made your quarterly payments. I'd rather make quarterly payments than on Uncle Sam at the end of the year and try to cough up $70,000, right? Can you cough up $70,000 right now to pay Uncle Sam if you have to pay? That's not including penalties. That's not including interest that you have to pay. They're going to come after you. So that's why it's very important on your getting the EIN number to separate it from, if Uncle Sam gonna come, he gonna come get everything. He gonna come get your house. He gonna come get everything. So separate it. Keep it separate from your social security number and your EIN number, okay? And if you get a sole proprietor, guess what? It's kind of like it's gonna come after you. So get a limited liability company. Separate it from everything, okay? So this is where a lot of business owners that make a lot of money, high earners, they make money. I don't care if you're making $600, $1,000, you're making money, but you wait till the end of the year and just say you don't have the money to make those payments. Well, some people get behind on those payments. And sometimes when you get behind those payments, guess what? Uncle Sam will come after you. Have you ever seen those big mega corporation bosses, CEOs that are in jail? They got to pay all this much money. Look at for example, look at Donald Trump. They want to know why he hasn't not been making payments on his taxes and stuff, or one thing is that he didn't pay $0 for taxes. So I'm just saying that, guys, it's very imperative that as a business owner that, listen, you're going to make a lot of money. If you are in business and you say, I just want to make something. No, if you are in business, you're going to make money. And when you're making money, Uncle Sam wants his money up front, okay? They want their money. And if you believe in God, like me, guys, just like in church, you pay your 10% in tithes. Well, Uncle Sam wants his money up front. So it's better to go ahead and give it off. Go ahead and pay it, and work with what you have left over, okay? Because the last thing you need is to get your freedom brought from you because you did not do your due diligence and pay your self-employed taxes. So a lot of people ask this question. The number one question is, do you get a refund if you overpay quarterly taxes? I'm going to let you think about it. Do you get a refund? If I was paying $2,000, if I was paying $1,000 every month to go towards my quarterly taxes, and yes, that I overpaid it, is Uncle Sam going to give me that money back? Because we know Uncle Sam is very tight. He wants his money. Is Uncle Sam, is he going to give me my money? Are you going to give me my money? I said, is he? Are you going to pay me back my money? Because I work very hard for my coins. The question is, yes. I mean, the answer is yes, guys. Uncle Sam is going to pay you back your money. You get an overpayment credit when your tax payment exceeds what you owe. So you will automatically receive a refund of the credit. So a lot of people are like, oh, Uncle Sam, he in the business of giving back. Yes. Hey, he can play fair, right? That's a good thing. So a lot of people ask this question to me as a bookkeeper: how much should I save out? That's the main question. Like, I don't want to owe Uncle Sam. How much should I save out? I'm going to tell you, if you are a person that you know that you're not disciplined to hold out the money that you need to pay Uncle Sam, hire a bookkeeper. You might not like me, but you're going to like me at the end because you're going to be like, whoo, I had to pay nothing. So what I do is, as a bookkeeper, I tell them in their tax bracket for each year, because each year is a different bracket. I let them know how much they will have to pay. They need to set out aside. So how much should I save out? Because remember, it's estimated. It's what you project. It's what you think that your company is going to make and how much you need to set aside. So how much should I save out? According to the 1040 ES form, which is estimated tax, your estimated quarterly tax, the 2023 tax rate says This is if you were single. It's kind of blurry, but work with me, guys. If you made if you did not make over $95,000, $375, they are saying that a tax is $5,147 that you need to save out to pay for your quarter taxes. And that is capped at 22%. Some people say, girl, just save out 15, or a guy, they say save out 15.3%. No. If you made more than that, guess what? You probably need to be, your percentage might be different. So never go by 15.3, or they say, well, how much do I need to save out? Listen, it's very imperative that you use a calculator to calculate how much I need to be projected. I need to be saving out every month, right? So I can pay my quarterly taxes, or I need to save this money and put it in a savings account so I can pay for my quarterly taxes, or wait to the end of the year and pay this amount of money, pay for my taxes, right? So this box will show you this is single, head of household, married, filing jointly, or if you are married, filing separately. They have different percentage. Can you imagine if you made over $578,000, how much you would have to cough up and pay? Can you imagine you have to cough up $174,000 at the end of the year to make this payment, or quarterly having to cough this up? Listen, this is what get people in trouble, because they don't make their payment to Uncle Sam. And Uncle Sam is going to come get his, guys. So it's very imperative that you get with a bookkeeper, and they're going to ask you, they're going to project, they're going to give you an estimate. They're going to say, hey, we need to file these quarterly because you're making a lot of money. Okay. And if you're not disciplined enough to save this money to the side, you need to hire a bookkeeper that can hold your hand through this process and to hold you accountable and making those quarterly payments so you don't have to be in the red of owing Uncle Sam, guys. So if I love doing calculation, guys, I love numbers. If you did not know that, I love numbers. So I went to Keeper Tax. Keeper Tax has an amazing calculator, guys, where you can be able to calculate your quarterly payments and as well self-employment tax. So if I paid quarterly, let's say you made $250,000. Let's say you stay in Texas. Let's say you're single. Your company made $250,000 for the year. Now, if you divide it into 12, that means you made $20,830 a month. So if you pay your quarterly taxes, right? If you pay your quarterly taxes, according to the Keeper Tax, that's $18,097. So that means for the quarter from January through March, you will need to pay $18,097. So you don't have to pay this at the end of the year. That's for one quarter, right? Because 4 quarters. So if you break that down every month for the January through March, that means that was $6,032.33 that you need to save in a savings account. Put that money in a savings account, have your bookkeeper pay it quarterly. That's due on April the 15th of this year, right? So you need to make that quarterly payment. So let's do the math. If you're making $20,000, $830 in income every month, if you subtract $6,032.30 that you need to give this to Uncle Sam, you're left over with $14,800.67 every month. That means that you need to work with this income right here to pay your expenses. Okay, whatever your expense may occur. Now, if you say, hey, Elizabeth, this $14,000 not enough, you need to start trimming out the fat. You need to trim off the fat so you can have. You need to show that your company is making profit. Now, according to IRS, that if your company shows that it took a loss for the last 3 years, they consider your business as a hobby. They're not considered as a business, and they're not giving you no more business credit. Okay. So, and as well, you need to get with your bookkeeper and let them know, say, hey, me and my spouse or me, whoever it is, we are planning on purchasing a home. Well, it didn't show your business made a profit and not a loss. Okay. So this $14,800, this is what you have to work with. You will need to either trim the fat or guess what? Get another stream of income. Okay. Now, let's say if I didn't file quarterly. Yesterday I made this amazing money. I made $20,000 every month and I did not pay my quarterly tax. You will have to pay $72,387.96 to Uncle Sam. Can you at the end of this year, yesterday you made this amount, and yesterday like you didn't pay bills, you had a lot of expenses that occur. Can you cough up and pay this $72,000 to Uncle Sam? A lot of people will say, no, I cannot cough up this amount of money. Some people say, I need to file bankrupt. Before you file bankrupt, listen, you can make payments, guys. Okay, that's why it's very imperative that you get with a bookkeeper, you get with a CPA. I work with CPAs. I'm a bookkeeper. We do pretty much the same thing. So, guys, it's very imperative that you get with a bookkeeper and they'll tell you what's going in, what's going out, what you need to report, and how can your business level up, right? So the main thing is that when you're making the income, it's very important that you keep up with your receipts, because those are deductions. I'm able to deduct, from my income, so I won't have to pay a lot of money. But Uncle Sam, they got QBI, qualified business income, and tax credit for self-employed, but he still want his money at the end of the day. So keep in mind, if I don't keep track of what I'm paying, keep track of what's going in and what's out, if I don't keep track of making my quarterly reports or saving the money up to have to pay this, guess what? I am going to wind up having to pay this. And guess what? If you don't start paying your taxes, Uncle Sam is going to come after you. He's going to come knocking at your door. And the last thing you want is that you decide to move from a W-2 to be a 1099 at NEC, to be your own boss. And guess what? And you're not making your payments. You create this financial freedom, and now you're about to have it all taken away because you decide not to do your due diligence as a business owner and save this money out to give to Uncle Sam, okay? Just like Uncle Sam wanted some money, okay? And if you got to think about it. If you're in the business of making money, guess what? It takes money to make money, right? So just start saving out. When you get the income, save this money. I cannot stress it. Save this money to the side. You can hire me as your bookkeeper, and I'm going to hold your hand through the process, okay? So these calculators is what I use to project for my quarterly payments and as well for my self-employment taxes. I need to know what bracket I'm in. Is I'm paying 40%? Am I paying 30%? You need to know what percentage you're paying. So they have I Love Keeper Tax, which is this amazing calculator. And then they have free resources for self-employed. They have Bench and as well TurboTax. TurboTax is another one. And there's a plenty of self-employed calculators out there. So you have to find out what works best for you. Okay. Now, I want to go back to the Schedule C form. Part 2, under the expenses, this is where your deduction come in line with your advertising, your car and truck expenses. This is where helps your business out in the tax deduction. I made this amazing small business tax deduction cheat sheet. I give this out to all people, all business owners that come to me. They're looking to file for their taxes. Now, I'm just going to show you just a short glimpse of this, but it has more pages to it. So if you like this, guys, at the end of this, I'm going to tell you where you need to go to get this information. Okay. So like, for instance, you can write out advertising promotion. If you are spending money on social media ads, guess what? You can write that off. If you didn't spend money on printing, influencers, guess what? You can write that off. Auto expense, car payments, insurance, gas, depreciation of your vehicle, if the vehicle is owning your business, okay? Parking tolls, registration DMV fees, maintenance and repairs. This is maintenance and repairs like oil changes and tire changes, transmission repairs, anything that had to do with your auto. Guess what? You can write it off if it had to do with your business, okay? Bank fees. I don't know about y'all, but Cash App, Square, they charge ridiculous fees. Guess what? You can write it off. ATM fees, late payments, monthly service fees. You having a checking account, they charge you $5 a month or $30 a month. You can write those service fees off. Your business license, your communication, your cell phone. Now, this cell phone thing. If you use it 100% for your business, you can show proof that you use it for 100%, you can write it off. If you have a phone line with other multiple lines, you need to find out how much it costs for that line and write that line off, okay? You cannot write the whole 5, 10 lines off if you use it for personal and business, okay? So consultation, your continuing education, look, books. If you go to these master classes, if you're buying online courses, if you're paying program fees, if you're going to these workshops, you're going to the networking events, and you are learning, you're continuing educating yourself about your business, or you learning things that can help enhance your business, guess what? You can write it off. Cost of goods sold, dues and subscription, equipment rental, gifts, independent contractor. We just talked about this, guys. Insurance, interest, legal. People don't know this, but you can write off me doing your tax preparation. You can write me off doing your bookkeeping. That's a deduction. You're paying for my service and you get to write it right off. Marketing, meals, postage and shipping, office expense, home office deduction, security. If you have a Ring camera and you pay a monthly subscription, guess what? You can write it off. Software, travel, utilities, cable, Netflix, Hulu, AT&T, all that, you can write it off. Can you say it with me? Write it off. Uniforms, it had to have your logo on there, by the way. Websites and other expenses as well that you can write off for your business. A lot of people don't know that, but this is the main things that people miss. And there are deductions. Those are things that you can write off for your business. Now, like I said, you got to know what to write off and what not to write off, because you want to show that your business is making a profit at the end of the day, right? So there are amazing due dates. If you decide to file for your quarterly tax, this is for this current year, guys. First payment, second payment, third payment, fourth payment. These are broken up in 4 quarters. If you're a 1099, if you are an employer and you send that 1099 to your independent contractors, you have until January 31st to send this out. If you do not, if you go a minute over, you have to pay a penalty fee for each form you have to send out. Okay? And a lot of people, and if you are asking like, hey, I'm waiting for my 1099 form, you need to reach out to your employee after January 31st. Give it time, because they got until January 31st to send these forms out. Now, where to submit a 1099 form, a lot of people are like, well, I got these independent contractors, where I send this form out to. I love tax1099.com. You can use QuickBooks. You can have your CPA or your bookkeeper do, but pretty much they're going to use tax 1099 form. It walk you through the process. They have amazing, I love it because you file to the IRS to let you know if it was rejected or was approved. As well, it's sent out to your contractors via mail and as well email. I'm going to tell you guys, it's the best thing ever. And I'm going to tell you a secret. If you don't have a business address, a physical address, you want to separate your business from your personal life. Get a virtual address. Go to ipostal.com and get your virtual address, okay? Keep everything separate. People don't even know where you stay at, okay? Right? You got some crazy people out there. So, guys, as I'm ending this, guys, it was a pleasure of me. It was a pleasure of you coming on to me. I was not able to see your faces, but I'm looking to network and to collaborate and to lock in with you in 2023. I pray and I hope the information that I gave I just scratched the surface of the 1099. I pray and hope that this information was very valuable to you. And it's very imperative that you, do your due diligence as a business owner and do what you need to do, right? And so I wanted to offer something. I always offering something, right? And so if you are looking for a tax preparer, I am here, guys. I am open all year around. Listen, I am not like these other mom and pop shops. I am literally open all year round. And so if you ever go to our website, and when you fill out the form, when it's go to who referred you, you will need to type in NEC 2023, and you will get $100 off towards your tax preparation fee. This expires May of 2023. So you have until May to use this coupon to get $100 off towards your tax preparation. If you are looking for a bookkeeper, say, hey, I need to jump on this because my stuff is out of whack. I do not know where to start at. I am here. Listen, I am here. I have worked with plenty of business owners, plenty of people that are making some and making, it doesn't matter what amount that you're making. It's good to, when you start making the income, that's when you need to get a bookkeeper, okay? I don't care if it's $600. I don't care if it's $50. You just made some income and Uncle Sam want their money. So guess what? You need a bookkeeper to help you out, right? So I'm offering bookkeeping services to you guys, and a code that you can use, which is NEC 2023, and you get half off towards your bookkeeping for the next 3 months. I understand. We're in inflation, we're in a recession, whatever you want to call it. It takes time. So I'm giving you half off for the next 3 months, because guess what? I'm going to help you increase your profits, and you're going to see a major turnaround. You're going to see them. You're going to be able to see what's going in, and as well, you're going to be able to see what's going out. And keep in mind that this does expires in May of 2023. Now, like I said, guys, I give out a lot of stuff. So when you decide to come to me for tax preparation or bookkeeping, guys, you get a free trip when you file. So it doesn't matter if you're going to get a free trip with me. I feel like if you work hard, you deserve a vacation. And the last thing is that I noticed is that business owners, they work. They work. They are working over 100+ hours a week, and they do not get to take a break. They don't get to take this, step back and say, hey, I need a vacation. I need some self-time. I need some me time. Or I didn't work, and I was not able to take my family on a much needed vacation. So I'm taking the headache out of that, guys. If you decide to sign up with me, you get a free trip. I'm having people going to Dubai, people going to Hawaii. I guess Hawaii must be the high magnet. I have trips that's in the United States, and that's what outside of the United States. So I would love, guys, for me to be able to be assistance to you. Only thing you have to do, guys, is scan this QR code. You're already on my website. Go ahead and start filling out the information. Reach out to me. If you have any questions in regards to your 1099, text this number or call me. If you have any questions in regards to what I talked about, if you have any questions about, hey, I'm thinking about starting a business, guess what? Text this number, call me. Let's sit down. Let's talk. I believe in collaborate over competition. I believe in helping open doors and helping another business owner to level up. That's what it's all about. This is a dog-eat-dog world, and people do not care. I'm just trying to make a difference and say, hey, come over here. We're making a difference, okay? So, guys, I hope and I pray that this information that I gave was much needed information. All right, I'm looking for you to call me. Literally, call me, text me. All right, let's go.